Alright, I just recorded like the first 5 minutes of today and my mic wasn't even plugged in. But it's June 12th, Friday, 2026, last day of the week. Um, Today I'm bearish, but I could see myself longing. That's very possible. I also could see myself just not trading because it is Friday. It's the end of the week, and I mean, this week hasn't been like insanely crazy, but I also don't think it's been, so traded to where Friday will just do nothing. I still think Friday has potential to do a few things. If we look at news, we had nothing today, so that's definitely something to keep in mind. Um, we have an order block on the 4 hour and a fair value gap on the 4 hour. That looks like a good draw for me. So right around 0.5 level of this leg, and there's a few things I want to see. I think we could either come from previous day high and then be bearish today, or come on, dude. Or I could see us maybe go down here, go up here, maybe do something like this. So we'll go for London lows, then go for London highs, and then we will go for previous day low, New York A and low. And then we could also react off of these levels down here and start to go higher. And then again, since it is Friday, we also may just not do much. So overall, my bias is bearish. I'll be looking to catch some type of short. As far as invalidation assessment, I could see these levels being tapped into instead to go upward. Maybe these levels get tapped first so we can manipulate Tuesday high to go lower. There's a number of things that could happen. So as always, I'm just gonna kind of wait until 9:30 and see what the charts tell me. Okay, so another thing I want to add real quick is when I mark out my fib to the current high and low that we made, this 4 hour fair value gap and 4 hour order block is right next to EQ. And if I drag this up to Tuesday high, which is the range that we're trading in, then these two levels are also aligned with EQ, pretty much. So essentially all I'm saying is that's a really attractive level for me. Either a reaction or an invalidation of that level will tell me really what I want to do today. Really that level and Tuesday high. If we take Tuesday high, I'm going to be looking to short. If we take this level, I'm going to be looking to long. And I mean, as far as gaps go, we are trading into this 4 hour gap, but it was mitigated, completely filled now, so we could reverse from here. This is a place that we could just come straight down, come to these levels, then go for Tuesday high, but we'll see. Again, we'll just see how 9:30 plays out. Right now, it looks like we're going for London lows. Same thing on ES. We don't have an S&T anywhere yet, so. Alright, something else that I kind of want to talk about is what's going on in the world right now. Trump is supposed to be hitting Iran like really fucking hard here pretty soon. So I don't know. Apparently he said he was gonna do it. Apparently he said he wasn't gonna do it. I don't. Yeah, it's just so uncertain, like Trump says Iran deal is close, but Tehran says no decision has been made. Trump claims breakthrough in Iran deal talks as he calls off planned strikes. Iran war live. Trump claims peace deal approved. Tehran says not so. Again, Trump was over here calling out breakthroughs, and they're like, yeah, nah. So we'll see, man. This shit is definitely some wild stuff going on. So all I'm gonna say is if Trump decides to fucking hit him with a nuke or something, or decides to go crazy, then we could definitely expect some action. Okay, so we've got less than 10 minutes before equity open. It's honestly too hard to say what exactly is going to happen here. I mean, I'd like to see London lows taken out, possibly go for highs at that point. Again, have these levels down here I'm pretty interested in as well. Alright, so we have equity open here in a few seconds. See what happens. Alright, so this isn't like super crazy. I'm just gonna kind of let this, let it do its thing for a little while. Okay, so ES hasn't gotten as far as M and Q or NQ. So what I would like to see is NQ take these lows, maybe ES not, or ES can rush down there first before NQ does, and maybe create a SMT here and start our way up, or we come down to these levels and then react off of them. So again, I said I was bearish today, but I will probably be looking for longs at London lows unless we come down here. Then I'll look for longs here. If we don't want to do that, then I just won't trade and we might see a continuation. But I also, today specifically, I really want to be aware of just chop. Like today we could do absolutely nothing. We could just do nothing but consolidate today. So I definitely want to keep that in mind. I don't want to try and force anything. We do have a 15-minute fair value gap here that we're delivering off of. I'm not too sure why. Especially when we're that close to London lows, I'd expect one of the assets to take it. So, I mean, it's definitely not too late for that to happen, but I guess we SMT that with the, I've actually never, I don't think I've ever tested that before. SMTs with PD arrays. I don't feel comfortable buying here. I don't think I would, definitely not going to buy off this. If anything, I'll just wait for 10 and see what happens then. Okay, so it's very, very, very subtle, but we did make an SMT at these London lows. So, honestly, would not be surprised if NQ takes them as well. We will see. Okay, so we have our 1 minute change state of delivery off of this 15-minute fair value gap, sorry, not off of this fair value gap, off of this London low, but again, like I don't know how confident I am trading on this. I don't know if we're gonna go all the way back up. I don't see that happening necessarily. And we're also inversing this 15 minute. So I think to confirm me being bullish, I'm gonna want to see a close on this gap. First of all, definitely don't want to respect that. And then, yeah, that's pretty much it. Most likely won't be taking this unless I can get a really good entry with minimal risk. Okay, so I went ahead and set a buy limit right at that change of state. Looking for a retracement back into it. I really wanted to see it close on this gap. Didn't know if we would inverse it and then go to the downside. So, yeah, if we get this entry, cool. If not, it's fine. I might look for something else, but we'll see. All right, and we were just entered in. Try to have as conservative as a stop I could. It's about $100, so basically the way I wanted to frame my risk today was if I did lose, then I wouldn't be down on the account anymore. I'm gonna try my best to stay up on that account. So if I hit stop loss today, then that'll be negative 100, and then I'll probably set another, my next trade. I'll probably have another maybe $80 to $100 stop loss, and yeah, that way it'll take me 2 or 3 trades before I'm actually in the red again on the account. So honestly, feeling a lot better. Like my heart rate didn't go up like crazy as soon as I entered. I'm honestly I'm not tripping too much about this setup. I think mainly just because I have a little bit of momentum now. I have my stop loss. I have a few better things going for me opposed to my first day trading on this shit. So yeah, I'm feeling pretty good about this account so far. But we'll just let this trade play out. All right, TP was just hit. Man, I don't want to be happy about this, but I guess I'm just proud of myself. I'm just taking good setups. Like I'm not being a dumbass about it. I'm not fucking up. Like as soon as I got this account, even after 2 years of practicing, even after 2 years of consistently trading, I was just fucking up. I was just making mistakes, and now I made improvements and I'm seeing the results. Like I know it's so obvious and so like stupid when I'm saying it out loud, but it is very rewarding. And I'm definitely not happy and jolly because of this win, but I'm definitely proud of myself, and I'm glad I'm doing this. So go over it today in just a little bit, but okay, so I want to do some reflection for today. There's 2 things I want to go over. I already made a recap video explaining the day, but it was just directly after. I traded and I edited this video, watched it over, and I really want to, that's why I want to make this now and reflect on a couple of things. First of all, before I even traded, before I even really was super heavy on charts, something I had mentioned was all the uncertainty going on in the world, or going on in the world right now. Trump's gonna bomb Iran. Now he's not. Now there's peace. Now there's not. The world is very uncertain right now with America and Iran, and usually, we're told as traders, when the world is like that, then markets aren't that favorable, and you should kind of stay away from trades. And I want to be wary of this, but also, like, I don't think it should have stopped me from trading today. And the only reason why is because I considered the things that I needed to consider. First of all, I considered that in the first place. And, my risk was, I adapted my risk to it. I also made sure that my risk was minimum. That if I did lose a trade, or if the trade was dumb, and if it didn't play out, and if it was a bad setup, then, I wouldn't have been punished heavily because of the market conditions, I guess. Point is, I considered what I needed to. I de-risked, had everything in mind, still chose to take the trade, and, it did play out, but still, I always want to keep these things in mind, remind myself of these things. And the second thing I want to go over are my emotions after the trade, how I felt after the trade. I went on to explain how I was very proud, and how, it just finally feels good, and it's rewarding that my hard work is paying off. And that's not a bad thing, and I think that's completely okay to say, but I need to remind myself that winning streaks are just as dangerous as losing streaks. I know this. And the confidence that you get from winning a ton of trades can be just as dangerous as the fear and the revenge from a losing streak. So I need to keep that in mind. If I'm not on a huge winning streak. I've only won 2 trades, but if I win another 4, 5, 6 trades, I need to stay humble. I don't need to get in over my head and think I'm the best trader, because I will lose. Eventually I will lose a trade, and when it comes to that point, I can't be hijacking myself, and I can't be sabotaging myself. It happens. It's natural, and as long as I just take my wins as their wins and take my losses as their losses, everything will be fine. I'll stay consistent, get the payout, and I'll perform. My results will be the way I want them to. It's that simple. So it's not even about getting the payout. Remind myself of that too. It's not just about the payout. I don't just want to focus on that. It's just about performing. That's it. And when I'm not performing to the best of my ability, that's when it's time to dial in, learn, and then come back better. So that's going to be my reflection for today.